a brand new regime in here, but again, going with Tom Cable is like going to a steak restaurant and getting something off the kids. Meal, we can do better. Let's go to the final rumor here on today's show. Shout out to Nab, man. We'll get you here in a moment. Jaxson Dart. Is he impressing the Las Vegas Raiders? This one's for just win babies. Believe it, baby. I had an interesting conversation this morning with some people down at the Senior Bowl, and when the amount of smoke right now that is around D, it's starting to grab my attention because not only am I getting a lot of questions on this show, the people that are talking to me about Dart have me listening, and according to a source, he's the best quarterback at the Senior Bowl. I saw that he struggled on day one. I was told that he had a good bounce back. He's got good arm talent. Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward aren't there, which I do think deserves to be put into context. Because, well, if those two guys aren't there, then that gives Jaxson Dart a little bit of a better chance to be a better overall quarterback. Right? I mean, that's just the truth, obviously. In terms of the other quarterbacks, though, that are at the Senior Bowl, there's some other names that we've talked about, like a Dylan Gabriel, like a Jayen Milroe. But I'm telling you this right now, Jaxson Dart is starting to grab the attention of a lot of important people for that Raiders organization. And this is going to be somebody that I got to do more homework on, because when I watch the tape, there's a lot of inconsistencies that do scare me a lot. But then I'm also somebody that's going to sit up here and talk about relationships. I'm also somebody that's going to sit up here and talk about connections, talk about stability. And when you look at a lot of the connection that Jaxson Dart has, you're going to sit here at the end of the show and you're going to go, oh man, this guy might actually be the Raiders quarterback. So here are some of the other quarterbacks at the Senior Bowl. Again, Milroe Gabriel. These are the two that I would say, Hob compare and Dart to Seth Hennon, Tyler Shaw from Louisville and Memphis, and then Tyler or Taylor Ehlers Mod, who is a Canadian Football League quarterback. In terms of Dart, though potentially coming to the Raiders, the reason why I think that this is starting, or Cam Ward, and I also don't know if they want to trade up. So are you going to be able to get somebody at 6? Maybe do you want to trade up and give up all that draft capital? I don't think that they do, so because Dart isn't expected to go in round 1, that helps out the Raiders. The Raiders have a second-round pick, and they have 2 third-round picks. That's plenty of picks to help you move up into the draft. Also, Pete Carroll worked with Ole Miss head coach Lane Keene, who you guys know very well from 2001 to 2006. Tom Cable also worked with Lane Keene on top of that. He was high school teammates with Jackson Powers, Johnson, and Utah, and Dart was asked this weekend about playing with GJPJ, and he had this to say, "I'd love that. That's my boy, it would be amazing, and we could also be close to home when there is the amount of rumors, reports that are starting to pop up here around Dart. I got to do a better job of watching, listening, and I want you all to just keep in mind of Dart, because if the Raiders do actually want to have a bridge, QB have Dart learn for a year or two. That's a lot more of a likable option than just throwing Jaxson out there right away. So I am going to ask for help, though, and I've been asking for help a lot, because Dart's been a quarterback that I haven't been afraid to sit up here and go, I don't love him, and I don't love him. So because so many people seem to love Jaxson Dart, what's a game that I got to watch this weekend that's going to make me fall in love with Jaxson Dart? And if I know this, if I see these comments down below, it also means that you made it this far in the video, and I believe this. If you can make it this far in the video, I can also take your recommendation and go watch some Jaxson Dart tape.